Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Today we're going to be reviewing and ranking another Juice WRLD album. Today we're going to be doing World on Drugs, sorry. But yeah, let's get into it. So here we are, World on Drugs, of course, Juice's one and only collab album in his discography that came out back in 2018. That runs 50 minutes. That runs 50 minutes long. I'm sorry. Nonetheless, the dates that every song was released to main streaming services was October 15th, 2018 to October 19th, 2018. So let's get into it. We'll start it off with my least favorite song on the album, which I think is number 15 or 16. We have Afterlife by Future, produced by DY Crazy and Wheezy. I've never been a big Future guy. I'd say the most of my Future listening has come from this album, but this isn't a song I revisit. It's not really a song that I like that much. It's alright. It's fine. Nonetheless, we move on to number 15, which is Transformer, also by Future, but featuring Nicki Minaj, produced by ATL Jacob. I actually quite like this song. Again, not a song I revisit much. I'm not a big Nicki listener, nor Future listener, like I previously mentioned. But yeah, I think it's a bit better than Afterlife. I do like the production more on this one. I really like ATL Jacob's production, but we continue on now to number 14, which is again another Future song called Oxy, featuring Lil Wayne. I've never been a big Lil Wayne guy. Again, not a big Future guy, but I actually quite like Lil Wayne's feature on this quite a bit. So I think a Lil Wayne and Juice song would be pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, the F on the song titles for Oxy, Transformer, and Afterlife are just the Future songs, so Juice isn't on those songs. That's why I have the F. But we'll continue on now to the good parts of the album. At number 13, we have No Issue, of course, by the duo. I'm not a big fan of this song. It's one of the more popular songs from the album. I've never been a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the production. That's really the biggest issue for me. And again, I'm just not a big Future guy. Some of the Future stuff on this album just isn't that great, and that's what brings this album down a lot for me. But with that being said, we'll move on to number 12, which is World on Drugs. Of course, the title of the album, this song, it's alright. It's a bit better than No Issue. Again, though, similar thing, I'm just not a big fan of the production on this one, which is kind of what brings it down for me. But yeah, we'll move on to number 11, which is Ain't Livin' Right, featuring Gutta. Now, these top 11 songs, I really feel are well above the bottom 4 songs, or bottom 5 songs, sorry. But yeah, this is a really good song. I really like Gunna's feature. I'm a big fan of Gunna and Juice WRLD. If you guys have never listened to the original Blood on My Jeans, definitely go and do that. It's really, really good. Of course, it's featuring Gunna. Yeah, really, really good. I like their collabs. I would like to see more, if they have any more. I'm not sure if they do, but well, actually, I know they have one more, which is Scarface, which I'm a big fan of as well. But nonetheless, we'll move into the top 10 of the album. We got Different featuring Young Bands. I'm not a big Young Bands guy. I've never been, but I do quite like this song. I'm a big fan of the production. Juice's verse is really, really hard on this song. I really, really like it. And yeah, overall, a pretty decent song. I feel like this album is the most slept-on Juice WRLD album, which, understandably, to be fair, again, I'm not a big Future guy. But yeah, with that being said, we move on to Hard Work Pays Off, which is an absolute banger. Shout out to Juice, absolute banger, carries this song. Yeah, production is pretty good as well. Louis Bell and Watt plus Juice, their collaborations are pretty good. Louis Bell and Watt, you'll see a couple times throughout this series. Moving on to number 8, we have Red Bentley, Jesus, featuring Young Thug. This is a really good song. I really like this song. I'm a big Thugger fan as well. I've kind of always been. Thugger's probably like my favorite mainstream trap artist, I guess. Maybe not mainstream. How do I word this? Like, Juice is obviously kind of a trap artist, but like, I mean like full on just trap. Like, you know, the Young Thugs, Futures, Gunna, Lil Baby. You know, like out of those 4 guys, Young Thug's definitely my second favorite. Gunna's my favorite out of those 4 guys, but with that being said, Juice's verse on Red Bentley is insane. It's so good. Definitely carries the song for me. But continuing on to number 7, we have 7 a.m. Freestyle. This song is great. The production from Wheezy on this album is really good for the most part, especially on this song. This is basically a Juice WRLD Future and Wheezy album, which is pretty cool, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this song. It's always been one of my favorites from this album. These top 7 songs are like in the next tier above all the songs previously mentioned. But continuing on to number 6, we have Shorty, which is another really good song. Again, Juice is just so great on this song. I'm a big fan of it. Plus, again, Wheezy's production on this is really, really strong. Into the top 5 now, and these top 5 are really fucking good. So at number 5, we have Make It Back. I just did not mean to do that. We have Make It Back, which is just by Juice, which is really, really good. I'm glad that there was a couple solo Juice songs on this album, because that helps. But yeah, really, really good song. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, it's a pretty short song. I wish it was longer, but now into the top 4. Now, these top 4, like I said, these top 5 are definitely above the rest, but like these top 4 are really like S tier songs on this album, in my opinion. So at number 4, we have Reeler and Reeler, which upon first listen, this was actually my favorite song. And for quite some time, this was one of my favorite songs, or this was one of my favorite Juice songs, but this is my favorite song from the album at one point. It's obviously not anymore, but yeah, we'll get into that. Again, great production, really, really great song. But on to number 3, we have Astronauts, which Astronauts is, I think at the initial release of the album, was my favorite song. Juice's opening verse of the Balenciagas on my feet, these ain't no Reeboks, it's so hard. His flow is so great. I'm such a big fan. But moving on to number 2, that's a pretty good one as well. Obviously, probably a hot take that it's not my number 1, but it's Fine China. Of course, this was the lead single to the album that came out a few days before the album came out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this song. I think this song is absolutely great. But again, there was a time where this song was one of my favorites from Juice, and there was a time where this was my favorite from the album. But as of right now, currently, my favorite song from the album is Jet Lag featuring Young Scooter, which is the intro track. And like I said, it won't be the last time you guys will see Louis Bell and Watt throughout this series. This song is fantastic. I love everything about this song. I think the production is definitely the best part of this song, but Juice is so good. I think Future does really well in this song as well. And Young Scooter, honestly, really good as well. Never listened to another Young Scooter song in my life, but yeah, one thing for Fine China that brings it down to second for me is Future's verse. I'm just not a big fan of it. It's fine. It's not bad. It's decent, but like Juice just carries on Fine China. But yeah, I mean, there we go, guys. That'll be World on Drugs. I'm intrigued to know your guys' thoughts. So yeah, please let me know down below. What is your favorite song from this album? And yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.